Hey everyone, it's Christine. I'm excited to have you here. This video is meant to help our hotels understand some of the new functionality that came out in Rover version 3.5. This is specifically in relation to the story regarding the new languages that we've introduced to Rover, the settings that you yourself are able to manage in Rover. Everything I'm about to show you is all within your power to control and decide what exactly displays on your guest-facing materials that you may choose to send out from time to time. So let's get started. What we're going to do first, as always, is start by clicking the sidebar menu, choose Settings, and then Settings one more time. So just to get started, this is permission-based to access these settings. To begin, you're going to choose Hotel and Staff, and then proceed to Languages. So first off, I know that my toggle Use Multiple Language is set to on up here in the right-hand corner. And then as you can see, we added the 5 new languages here at the bottom of the list: Finnish, Swedish, Norwegian, Danish, and Icelandic. For my example today, I'm going to enable Icelandic, and we're going to see what we can do with that. So all you need to do is toggle on that setting and you're done. Proceed again to Hotel and Staff, and now choose Stationery. So presently what you are able to control is under the confirmation settings, the guest confirmation email, as well as under Invoices you have the ability to control all 3 of the settings that fall under here: guest invoice, company travel agent invoice, and the pro forma invoice. Now for my example today, I'm just going to manage the guest invoice. And this is exactly where you're going to be able to control what appears for the guest. As a lot of you know, we have this invoice kind of code configured to pull information directly from the guest reservation. I might not recommend changing anything past this colon here, but you definitely have the flexibility to label this however you would like. I just think personally, for my hotel, I'd want to be set up to pull the hotel name and the confirmation number. Again, just scrolling down along what appears in the invoice that the guest receives, we have the email body, so what appears in the email directly itself, and then as well as what's going to appear in the header and footer of the email. So as you can see, some of this is sort of generic. This would probably be your hotel name, but of course it's up to you to decide what displays. What I'm going to focus on changing is what appears in the email body and header. As you can imagine, if you were sending out an email in another language, we're not going to want this to display in English or whatever your particular property's default language might be. What I'm going to select is to choose to set this to Icelandic. Now, as you'll notice, I don't have all 5 of those new language options because under the Languages tab, I don't have all of those toggled on. But if you wanted all 5 of those to appear here for selection, certainly all you need to do is toggle those on under Hotel and Staff Languages, and then you'd be set to go. So as I mentioned, I want to use today's scenario in Icelandic language. Any of you know Icelandic watching this, you'll probably get a good chuckle out of me using Google Translate, but I'm going to go ahead and set this up using my Google Translate. So as you can see, I created some generic text. We're so excited to have you stay with us, and I converted that to Icelandic. I wouldn't recommend doing this if you're actually planning on translating. As we all know, Google Translate is only so perfect. But for today's example, I'm just going to use what they prepare for me. So for my guest email, I'd like this to appear in the email body itself. And then for this header, I'm going to choose this "Thank you for your stay, see you next time," and I'm going to replace that here. Now, all you need to do is save changes, and you are done with that component of the configuration. Now what I'm going to do is proceed to my dashboard just to show you exactly what this is going to look like. So for my example today, I have Rose Parker staying, and I want to pull up their invoice to show you exactly how easily this was to configure. So from Guest Bill and Charges, you select Invoice, and what I wanted to display in, again, is that Icelandic language. Select that. I'm going to just keep it as the detailed bill, and then I'm going to choose to print just so I can show you all what we've just changed. So select print, and you can see that In the header here, this is exactly what I just had configured. You'll notice some other fun changes as I was playing around with the labels. That's my name here. This would actually say arrival date if I had specified to create this in English. But the labels themselves are what you'll have your Stay in Touch implementation specialist assist with configuring. But for my purposes, as I was testing that, I set my arrival date to be my name so I could spot it easily. But as you'll remember, it's actually the content within that you yourself will be able to control. Implementation Specialist is going to be able to modify the labels for you in the different languages you'd like to use. What I'll do also is send an email so we can see what I had set up in the email itself. And here we have it. There's again the header that I configured, as well as in the body of the email itself, that fun little note that I had added. So that is an overview of what all you have to control with this newest release. Again, we'll help you with those labels, but the content going into these invoices, bills, and confirmation emails will be configured by you, so you'll have control over that. We're really excited to be rolling this out now. So thanks again for watching, and we'll be in touch. Have a good one.